Alright everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another Bitcoin update. So, as of the time of recording this, Bitcoin is breaking beneath the support floor at 20,000. What is the next move for Bitcoin? What's going to happen in the short term? And also, 12,000 Bitcoin, is that even on the table? Let's talk about it. Let's jump right into our first chart and look at what's going on in the lower time frames. And as you can see, starting off on the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin, we talked about this in our last couple of episodes. My price target was down here at the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, and what do you know, we came right down to this. So congratulations to the Cowboy family, everyone who's been sitting on the sidelines waiting for these lower price targets. If you have been watching my videos, everything in the past week, the past 2 weeks, I've been warning you, I've been telling you the stock market's about to top out. I've been giving you these warning signs saying the nuke is incoming, and as you can finally see, that nuke is finally inbound. So we're down to my first price target, 20,000. So what is my next trade and what am I currently expecting for Bitcoin? Well, like I said, we're right down at my 20,000 region. So what I'm going to be doing now is waiting to see how this 1.618 Fibonacci reacts. I'm of the opinion that this is the path that we're going to trend. As you can see, something like this. We've already broken down, so this would be the breakdown here. I drew this out earlier. Potentially a retest. I wouldn't be counting on it. If we do come back up to this 1.618 fib, back up to 20,000 in the next day or so, over the weekend, and we do close beneath 20,000, it's going to be absolutely brutal on Monday. Now, I'm going to talk about why Monday is also brutal in just 1 second, but as you can see, I mean, I would not personally pay too much attention to this 2.618 fib down here at 19,000. However, I will also back up this level because there is some confluence down here at 19,000, so we definitely need to pay that some attention. But my personal next price target to the downside is, like I've been saying, the bear flag breakdown price target. This is at 18,200. So that's the next move for Bitcoin in my opinion. As you can see, this would be about a 9.5% move from where we are today. So am I going to be trading this? Potentially. What I'm waiting for is for this to play out over the weekend. I say this in a lot of my videos and over on Twitter, but I don't like trading over the weekend. So yes, I am going to be keeping my eyes on this 20,000 region. I am hoping that we come back up to it after a day or so of breaking down, backtest it as resistance, and continue to flop to the downside. At which point, if Monday opens and the stock market opens bearish, I will be looking for more short positions back down to 18,800. Now, 18,200. Now, like I said, 19,000, there are a couple of other targets around about this region. So you've got your 2.618 fib right down here at 19,000. I don't want to look too much into this chart right now, but you can also see this is something I drew a couple of weeks ago, and drawing your fib from low to high here, you can see we previously predicted that we were going to come down to your 786 fib at 19,200 before a bounce and a breakdown. We made this video, we talked about this when Bitcoin was at 24 or so thousand. I posted this over on my YouTube. I also posted this over on Twitter, and yeah, as you can see, we're talking about this at 24,000, saying something like this 2 weeks ago, getting ready for the breakdown, and this is starting to happen. So like I said, be careful of this support floor. If you are shorting, the 2.618 round about 19,000 to 19,200 is definitely an area that if I was shorting with high leverage, I'd be very careful when we're coming down to this for a short bounce. But like I've been saying, lower price targets 18,200. That is currently what I'm expecting for Bitcoin. So moving on from Bitcoin, like I said, I don't like to trade over the weekend, so I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines until Monday's opening. But before Monday opens, I know the stock market is closed, but wow, I want to show you how the VIX closed last week. So the last time we looked at the VIX, you know, we were looking at these higher time frame moves. We were talking about how obviously you've got these higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and I was saying obviously that this is going to bounce and this is going to be crippling for the stock market when the volatility index for the S&P 500 moves to the upside. The price of options are going to increase. People are hedging their bets using options to basically de-risk themselves from a move to the downside. So it's really not looking good when you see the VIX having a leg to the upside like this. We had a massive falling wedge. I mean, look at this one on the daily, and then when we come over to the 4-hour, you can see we formed another beautiful falling wedge, and we broke out to the upside of this. This was all happening while the stock market was nuking over the weekend. So be super, super cautious. While the VIX is going to the upside, people are hedging their bets in options. People are scared of what's going to be happening with the stock market on Monday. Like I've been saying, the DXY, not too much to to update on this one. This one is still on a rampant run to the upside, up to 111. So I won't update too much other than that. And the SPX, I don't want to rub salt in the wound or look at this chart every day, but once again, this has been something else that we've been looking at for the past 2 weeks or so, talking about this SPX fractal. We talked about it over on YouTube. 2008 comparison, you can see 2 weeks ago when we had the snapshot for this, everything was green. We were calling for the capitulation at this exact week, and now it's starting to come down. As you can see, according to this fractal, every single week for the next couple of weeks up until about October should be having lower lows and lower highs with every single high and low for the next couple of weeks or so. So that is really what I think is going to be playing out in the SPX. I think we're going to be breaking down next week. I wouldn't be betting on Bitcoin breaking down over the weekend, but nonetheless, would I be surprised if Bitcoin breaks down further? Absolutely not. This is really what I've been calling for a while now. So market structure for Bitcoin really unchanged. Before we do move on to some of the targets, like I've been saying, I want to talk about where I get these $12,000 predictions for, and then obviously you can assess for yourself whether you like that or whether you like the sound of it or not. But looking at this, I really just want to spend 10 seconds to show you the market structure. It absolutely blows my mind how up until like a couple of days ago, people are just refusing to believe that we're in a bear market. But as you can see, you know, you have this breakdown, massive bear flag, breakdown, massive bear flag, breakdown, massive bear flag, and every single time we're in these bear flags, it's like we're making higher lows and higher highs in the lower time frames, and everyone is just so euphoric in the lower time frames, and then everyone obviously gets that snatched back away from them as we break down. When you do zoom in, you can see this bear flag beautifully played out. We broke down, formed a bearish pennant. We're breaking down from this as well, and on the 4-hourly time frame, maybe it was on the 1-hourly time frame, this looks like a really just like ugly slanted bear flag that's just continuing to move down. So we're obviously showing extreme weakness in the weekend right now, which is strange because normally we start off the weekend with a pump and we normally dump back down, or we continue the pump in the weekend. Weekend price action is normally for the bulls, while the stock market is not open. But it seems that the bears have got the bulls in a headlock right now, and they're struggling for oxygen. So I will give them a weekend break. It looks like the bears are going to be taking this weekend, but like I've been saying, my friends, I'm not going to be trading on this one. I am going to be waiting for that reaction. I want to see how we do with the weekly candle body closes around the 1.618 fib. And also, like I said, you know, it's good to have some free time away from the market, so enjoy your weekends. I'm not going to be trading this bounce. Now, moving on to the oscillators before we talk about $12,000 Bitcoin. Daily time frame, MACD is heading down. We've only just crossed bearish. We've got a lot of room to move down. MFI, RSI, they're starting to come down to these slightly, well, I say slightly, these are coming down to oversold regions on the daily time frame. So like I've been saying, when we do look at some of these fractals that I've been talking about, I won't be surprised if we do have a big bounce on the 786 Fibonacci potentially. I mean, if you come back up to the 618, this could be a 6 or 7% bounce. I definitely think that would be fitting after a couple of weeks of breaking down. Would I be longing it? Would I be waiting for it? No, I wouldn't. But like I said, just be cautious of that if you are entering shorts at this moment in time. The squeeze momentum indicator on the daily time frame is also massively heading down. Weekly time frame hasn't yet flipped bearish, but it looks like, in my opinion, the weekly squeeze bomb is going to be heading down soon because of the momentum we've got coming down on the BTC USD pair. In terms of the MFI, RSI, really whatever ones you're looking at, drawing a trend line of best fit, of course, through these, we are once again running into resistance with this. So it's not looking good. MACD weekly time frame is starting to flip bearish. Lower time frames look pretty garbage to me. MACD is starting to flip back down bearish. The squeeze bomb is really not even saying that we're getting ready for a breakdown yet. So, I mean, as you can imagine, we're still kind of just slowly lollygagging after this brutal move. So we're kind of cooling off, and if we do start gearing up massively below 20k, then squeeze bomb hasn't even started moving. You know, there's going to be a lot more room for bears to take over. MFI, lower time frame, slightly oversold as well. 4 hourly also looks pretty bad for all of these oscillators. So like I said, market structure's unchanged. Let's now talk about this $12,000 Bitcoin. Where do I get these price targets from? Well, there's two different charts that I do want to show you. One is going to have some very basic Elliott waves in it, and another one is going to be this AB equals CD pattern. Now, I actually talked about this about a month ago over on my YouTube channel, but since then I have had a large amount of subscribers, a lot of new people coming, especially from my Bitcoin videos since I've started to focus on Bitcoin. So I just want to quickly re-update this fractal and let you know what I see with this. This is an AB equals CD pattern. If you haven't heard of an AB equals CD pattern before, basically this is a technical analysis pattern that measures a move from A to B, and we extrapolate this move, we copy and paste it over from the move from C to D. So basically what we're saying with this is the move from A to B. We had a correction up to C, and if this is going to be a correct AB equals CD pattern, then we would have a price target down here at 12,200 US dollars per BTC. So this is a really simple TA pattern, yet very powerful. I've been talking about this for a while. Like I said, I have posted this before on my YouTube, and it really seems like we're going to be starting to come down to these lower price targets. Now, like I said, my personal bear market price targets are between 16,000 and 12,000. I really think between 16,000 and 14,000 is where we're going to bottom, but it is possible we're going to come down to 12,000. So I don't want to say that 12,000 is impossible or out of the cards, because, you know, a couple of months ago, if you said that we would be trading at 20,000, you know, people would have called you fudding. So I don't think 12,000 is too far away. Nonetheless, 16,000 to 14,000, this is where I really start to get very bullish for Bitcoin. But as you can see, 12,200 down here, this is our first chart, the AB equals CD pattern. If we move on to this is really just some basic Elliott wave theory. When you are drawing a 5-wave impulse in your Elliott waves, if you're going to have an ABC correction, if you're going to have a 1 to 5 correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where you're meant to bottom is above the 1 wave. So if we look at the 1 wave, once again, really simple. I've been talking about too much Elliott wave theory recently, so just a quick thing. If we do look down here at the 1 wave, at the candle body closes, we've got candle body closes down here at 11,600, and you can also see we've got wicks at 12,500, we've got wicks up here at 13,000, we've got wicks up here at 14,000. So like I've been saying, my friends, this is where I want to wrap up the video. This is what I've been talking about for a while now. You know, it's almost very funny to me because I've been bearish for months and months and months now, and I've been seeing the moon boys just deny that these are bear flags after bear flags after bear flags. And what's very interesting is within the past couple of days, really within the past couple of days, I'm starting to see a lot of people that were previously telling me my $14,000, $16,000 Bitcoin predictions were too bearish. They're now saying Bitcoin's going to $10,000, which makes me bullish, because I always like to do what the opposite of the retail traders do. Everyone, you know, at some period in time, some people were saying my predictions were going to be wrong when we were in this bear flag, but nonetheless, everything is playing out. And as you can see, like I've been saying, you know, these people, retail traders, are starting to flip bearish after we've dropped to like 75-80%. So this is when I'm going to be starting to flip bullish. Does this mean right now in the immediate short term I'm bullish? Absolutely not. I think we need to dump it to lower price targets. 17,500, the quote-unquote local bottom that we're at right now, needs to be violated. We need to smash beneath it. 16,000, 14,000. We need to hit these targets. Those are the levels that I'm going to start aping in. But I do also want to let you know that I am going to have buy orders at 12,000. I'm going to have buy orders at 13,000. I'm going to have buy orders at 11, 10, 9,000. I've mentioned this before. I do not think we're going sub 10k. I don't even think we're going 10k. I don't think we're going 11k. Yes, we can potentially go 12k, but I have buy orders at these lower regions, even if I don't think they're going to get hit, because when you're in that final bear market capitulation, the wicks can be very, very quick. You don't want to miss it. If we do have a weekly candle body close at 14,000, but we wick down to 9,000, do you want to have all your chips pips in at 14, or do you want to have the potentiality of DCAing in lower? That is my thoughts. So as the retail traders are starting to flip bearish, as we do get into that final capitulation, this is when you're going to see a different side of Cowboy. This is when the bear market hat goes into the closet and the bull market hat comes back out, and we start banging on our chests as we're predicting 250,000 for Bitcoin, as all of the baby bulls who have been DCAing all the way down have no more money to buy the dip. We will be happy to take some of their Bitcoin so they can afford lunch money. So with this being said, next leg to the downside, 786 Fibonacci, $19,000. That is the next target in play. After there, like I've been saying, my personal next macro level down is 18,200. There's definitely going to be some support around about that 19 to 18,000 level. So let's see how we react to 20,000. That's all I've got for you today, my friends. I pulled up the Twitter at least once in this video, so if you do want to follow me over on Twitter, it is here at 618_cowboy. As always, my friends, Cowboy out. Peace.